the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. That is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Now
here's Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nick Bosa in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Mahomes going to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Eric Armstead providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Take it at the 37. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Here we go.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
53's the mic. 53. Hey, alert! 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 I'm coming! I'm coming! Check. I got this. Check. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
So that'll back him up 5.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Oh, yeah, pump. Let's go, let's go. 21, 21. 53. Hey, gun. 65. Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Frank Clark picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Well, someone came to play today.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We heard about it all week, didn't we? Especially when we visited practice. He thought he had a good matchup in front of him, and he's taking full advantage right now.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on third and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good size run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on fourth down. Do you really have a play you believe in? Or you just hopeful, and you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Looking to throw on second down. Mahomes. And going deep for... This is caught inside the 15. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 54 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
We're scoreless after 1. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Yellow.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Let's get to some Hall of Fame talk while we have a second, because last week we mentioned the 15 guys that we knew were going into the Hall. 5 added: Isaac Bruce, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Steve Atwater, and Troy Polamalu. You think about it, CD. For Polamalu, it was his first year of eligibility. People knew he would go in. Atwater was his 16th year. He had to wait a long time.
He certainly did, and I often wonder about the psychology of it all, because when you're young in your career, meaning young retired, right, these things mean something to you, but I don't know if they hit with the same impact as it will for Steve Atwater. 16th year. Now, I think Steve would like somewhere to be a happy medium. Maybe the 8th year would have been a lot better, but the bottom line is, the older you get, boy, imagine the emotions running through there, the validation, probably haven't had the applause in a long time. That's going to come back to you now. Troy Polamalu, he essentially stepped off the field and into the Hall of Fame, but it doesn't matter. Bottom line is getting there. Congratulations to all.
Hey, Wood. Hey, go. You don't want
On 1st down, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Hey, back up. I got this. You can't block me. You can't.
Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Mike, hey, gun. 53, Mike.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Here we go.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers! Matt Breida, 45 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Mahomes now to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Not that time for Watkins.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock?
Oh, man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, 57 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. Sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And he's got this down to the 35. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. There he goes left side. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida with his second touchdown here in this first half. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smarter coach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
The Sanders has got it complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
12. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
Here we go, D. Hey, exit. It's just me.
Hey, gun.
It's me and you.
Check. 53's mic. Check. 53's mic. 1, Omaha.
Let him know.
Now Garoppolo. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Two.
Mike.
Hey, Zoo.
53, Mike.
I got you. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
Watch it, man.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold us.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Mike, 53, Mike.
Hey, gun.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
From the 44, Garoppolo, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Garoppolo gives to Breida, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
13.
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. Got a man. He finds Sanders. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
So the awareness of knowing where the first down marker is not just for the offense. I mean, his defense has to understand that too, and they gave up a huge one there.
Oh, yeah, this is one of those situations defensively. You're just counting on getting the football back.
No doubt about it. You've already projected yourself to the bench and with a little bit of smile on your face for having stopped them, and now you've got to regroup and play again.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
First down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Breida, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run, and the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it is 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And an alley to run. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. for a Kansas City.
Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even